Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and tonight I am doing my weekly makeup basket where I basically just share with you guys the makeup that I've been using this week, what I've been loving, what I've been hating, or just how it's been. So it's been kind of a busy week. This was my last busy week of work before I have kind of a quiet week to get a lot of administrative stuff done at work, and then I'm going to be taking some vacation, hopefully if it gets approved. So I'm kind of excited because it's going to be a kind of quiet work week, which is great because this work week has just been crazy. I had a couple of big events, and so now that that's over, I'm so ready to relax. So first off, let's go ahead and jump in. So guys, for primer and moisturizer, I have been using two products from Tarte. You guys have seen these on my channel. I've talked about them a lot. And what kind of surprises me is this is the Tarte. This is their Hydrating Boost Drink of H2O, and it's a gel-based moisturizer, and I've had this tiny little pot for the longest time, and I still have, you can see it's kind of like that gelish moisturizer. I still have a ton left. I mean, this has been a couple of months, and a little bit goes a long way with this tiny little sample, and I really do like it. It's a very lightweight moisturizer. Gel moisturizers are typically lightweight. They sink into the skin. It has a very organic smell. I do like this, and I've been using it a lot lately in conjunction with the primer. This is the Marine Boosting Mist. It's a 4-in-1 spray, and this is just a tiny little sample size. I actually repurchased this recently in a slightly bigger size, not quite the full size, but a little bit larger. And again, this has a citrus smell. It's a fine mist, so I love the feeling that it gives me when I spray this, and it's just a really nice product. So I've been using those pretty much straight through the week. For brushes, I wanted to talk about two that kind of stuck out to me this week. So I've been using my Sigma Flat Kabuki. This is the F80 brush. This is a very popular brush. I got mine in the rose gold barrel, and I just really love it. It feels very high quality. It feels very sturdy. And I have been using this to buff out my foundation this week. I've been using a stick foundation that I'll talk about in just a minute. But this has done a really good job of buffing it in. It's a very tightly packed brush, and I think I finally got this on sale this year, and I've been kind of going in and out using it, but I do like it. I do think it's a great brush for any type of foundation, whether it's stick, whether it's cream. I do really like how this applies my foundation. Another brush that I haven't really mentioned a ton, I did do a review on the e.l.f. Precise brushes, and I talked about a lot of them, but I haven't really talked a lot about this one in recent videos. This is the e.l.f. number 201 brush, and this is just a basic eyeshadow brush, but I really do like how soft this little shadow brush is. It is higher quality than the rest of the e.l.f. brushes. It's a little bit more expensive. It's got this nice like clear triangle handle, so like when you put it down it doesn't roll off your desk because it's shaped like that. It is a very nice brush, and so I just wanted to mention it because I've been using this to put my eyeshadow on, or packing eyeshadow on, and it does a really great job. So if you're looking for a nicer but still affordable eyeshadow brush, this is a really pretty one, and it's also a good one. So some other staples that you guys have probably seen in my makeup basket before, and they have not changed. One is this Kate Rimmel lip balm, and it's just in the shade 01 Clear. I use this as a lip primer every single day before I put on lipstick. You can see like I have used a good amount of it. It's kind of shaped all funky, and again, I periodically show it and talk about it because it is just a really cheap, affordable. I love the packaging of it too. I like lip balms that are in this type of like lipstick tube because it really just makes it easy to swipe across your lips while you're doing your makeup in the morning or whenever you're doing your makeup, and that way it has time to sink in and moisturize your lips before you put your lipstick on. And I've also been wearing a lot of liquid lipsticks lately, which are matte, they dry down, so it's really nice to have something to kind of moisturize your lips before you put that on and your lips get kind of dried out a little bit. So I really love this product. It's just been a holy grail. Another one that you guys have heard me talk a ton about is this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This really has just kind of taken over for all of my other concealers. I just put this all over where I need to cover up, especially under my eyes and when I have redness or pimples. And it does such a good job. Like, I don't know. I'm really pleased with it. Mine is in the shade Light. and I know like it keeps going out of stock and people are having a hard time finding it. But right now, Tarte is running a 30% off friends and family sale, so you should go try to get it because I think it's $16 with all of that discount if it's still, if that discount is still valid. But it's such a good concealer. So let's talk some mascara products. I have 3 things that I have been using pretty much the last couple of months. You guys have seen these in multiple videos. I wear this a lot when I do my get ready with me videos, but it's my Essence Princess Lash Mascara. It's a gorgeous, very volumizing, but very, very affordable mascara from the drugstore, or I get mine at Ulta. That's where I get Essence products, or you can buy them online. It's so pretty, like the packaging's so cute. It's so cheap, and it's one of those mascaras that just makes me look like I'm wearing false lashes. I always compare it to the Better Than Sex mascara because I think it's very similar. I do think Better Than Sex is a smidge like bigger and more volume, but this still gives you almost as good a quality for a very, very affordable price. And then of course my lower length or my lower lashes, I always lengthen them with the Wet n Wild Mega Length. This is just a really, really cheap, again, mascara that, you know, I heard this, it was a recommendation from YouTube long ago, and I finally tried it out, and I just love how thin the brush is because, again, it helps me get right in to get my lower lashes just lengthened. That's all it does, is it lengthens my lower lashes. That's all I use this for, and I use it all the time. And what's really funny too, I have had this for months and months, and I've never had to repurchase it, and I don't know if it's just because I don't use a ton on my lower lashes. I just use a little bit, and so maybe it doesn't use up a lot of mascara, but it has been going strong for such a cheap drugstore brand. It has been going strong and not drying up on me for a long time. And then of course, you guys, I got this sample. It's an Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I love this thing. I have gotten such great use out of it. Every day it gets a little bit more gucky because I'm starting to see it change color. It's not clear anymore, and it's just starting to like thicken up. But I love brushing this through my eyebrows once I've filled them in. It does a great job of setting them for the day. I just try not to go overboard because if you put too much on, they will get a bit crunchy. But if you just do a light hand, like 1 or 2 swipes, you should be okay. And then for eyebrow pomade, I have been loving the Studio Pro from BH Cosmetics. I have the shade Auburn, and it's just a pot pomade, and I've really kind of transitioned into pot pomades. I use them a lot now, and this is the one that I've been heavily using. As you can see, I've just really dug into it. I've talked about it honestly probably the last month very heavily. I like this color. I think it works well in my brows. It does a great job of filling them in and just giving them some more definition, I guess. And so I'm still learning, I'm still getting better at using it, but I really like this product, and you know, it's very affordable compared to other high-end products. It's a $7 to $8 pot, and it comes in a couple of different shades. I want to say like 4 or 5, so there's not a ton of range of color, but it still has, like I said, if it was able to fit me, hopefully it can fit a bunch of other people, but I like the shade Auburn. So guys, another product that I've been using as a moisturizer is this Caudalie Vino Source moisturizing sorbet. I love the packaging. I've showed you guys this a couple of times, and as you can see, like, I am all out of this tube. It's a white, kind of creamy, almost very thin consistency. It sinks into the skin really well. It has a very organic, like, woodsy smell to me, which I like. I don't mind at all. I've actually got a couple of samples of this, so I'm gonna bust open another one because, like I said, this one's pretty much used up. And I don't know, I really like it. It's just, you know, a nice moisturizer. I don't know if it's like something you need to run out and go buy, but I've gotten so many samples of it that I do enjoy using it, and I've just been continuing to use those. Another BH Cosmetics, I know I love BH Cosmetics. I have been so in love with them for like the past month, but another product that I really like from them is their eyelid primer for shadows, and they call it the Smooth Canvas Long Wear Shadow Primer. It's kind of a long name. This is in the shade Veil, which is kind of like a kind of shimmery white color, and it doesn't provide a lot of coverage, but it does have a nice little sheen to it. But honestly, you can't really see it once you put it on. I mean, you see it there, but once you kind of buff it out and then you put your shadow over it, you can't see it. So it really does provide just a nice light layer of primer over your eyes before you do your shadow, and it definitely helps your shadow last longer. I always use an eye primer every day. It's just one thing that before I was into YouTube, before I really knew how to do makeup, I didn't know about eye primers. Like, eye primers were something that I just never thought about, and I would never go a day without using it now, because I realize if you don't use eye primers, your eyeshadow just is not as vivid and it doesn't last as long. And that pretty much is across the board for most brands. So you kind of need a primer of some kind before you do your eyeshadow. At least that's what I found that works for me really well. Alright guys, so we are ready to do foundation, and I have been using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I got mine in the shade 115. And again, it's not my favorite stick foundation. It's a really good one, but I think it's a little pricey for what it is. It has great coverage, but I do kind of feel like it kind of, I don't know, it makes my skin look really dry. So I almost feel like I need to have like a really good moisturizer, really like solid moisturizer for my face. But it is, like I said, it's good coverage and it's easy to use. I really do like stick foundations because in the morning, this week, like I said, it was a busy week, so I didn't have a ton of time to do my makeup. And so for those weeks, I really rely on stick foundations to just like draw it on, buff it out, and let's go. It's just not, it's not a hassle to do. But I don't know if I would repurchase it. It's just not my favorite, and I have a lot of drugstore alternative stick foundations that are so much cheaper that I'd probably just rather use those than this. But it had so much hype on YouTube for a long time that I wanted to try it for myself. I'm not like unimpressed, but I'm not overly impressed either, and I've told you guys that before, so it's alright. I will continue to use it, and I will get a lot of use out of it. I just don't know if I'd repurchase it. And then for powder, translucent powder, I have been using my Laura Mercier. I really do like this. You guys know, like, I feel like I do feel a difference when I use this. It just is very light, but it gives a nice, like, I don't know, like almost soft focus glow to the face, or just a soft focus look to the face. It just is flawless, and I really like the finish. It's very light. The only thing I don't like about translucent or loose powders is they're very, very messy, and that is one thing. Like, if you get ready in the morning before you do your makeup, you could kind of like get that all over the place, and I have done that before, and then it like takes forever to get out of your jeans if you spill it. So that's one thing I don't like about it, but other than that, it is a really, really nice translucent powder. I think it's my favorite loose powder that's on the market. Alright guys, let's talk eyeshadow palettes. This is a new one. I haven't showed you guys this yet on my channel. It is going to be upcoming in my what I got in my Black Friday haul, and I purchased the white chip, no, chocolate chip. Yeah, it's the white chip, right? The white chocolate chip Too Faced palette. Now, this is a tiny, tiny palette. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the size of my hand. It is tiny. I really love the packaging. I think it is so cute. And I have pretty much worn all of these shadows this week. It has a nice little mirror. It smells heavily of chocolate. So it has that chocolate smell. It almost smells more chocolate than the huge chocolate bar palette. And actually, let me show you just comparison-wise the difference. Alright guys, so this is their chocolate bar palette, the original. This is the white chip. So do you see how little it is? And then it is super thin. This is really thick. This is extremely thin. So here are my thoughts on this palette. I like it being small. You guys know I like miniature makeup or travel size makeup. Like, that does not bother me, but I noticed a lot of people were complaining about how tiny this was. It was, I want to say, $26, and they give you a nice, like, really like basic white. They give you a little bit bigger of that. There are some good shades, there are some okay shades. My favorite shade is this one right here. It's a really pretty champagne. It's very soft and very pigmented. Let me see if I can give you a swatch right there. That's my favorite. I like to put this all over my lid. They also came out with a mini chocolate chip palette, which was just like a brown version of this, and it was all brown mattes. And I'm kind of annoyed because I think what they should have done, in my opinion, is they should have done a combination of those two, because there's not a ton of dark browns. So it's almost very hard to do a darker look. You do have this black, but it's like a glittery black. It doesn't buff out that well. You can make it work, and I have made it work, but you need some darker browns in this palette to really be a multi-use palette. So I have done complete looks with this. I've worn this throughout the entire week. It is a very natural looking palette. It's very work friendly. It's very school friendly. But I am missing a darker brown matte. I mean, this is the darkest you get, and I don't think that's dark at all. Then you have this kind of light taupey gray, and that's not dark enough either. You really only have this for darkening. So I don't know, like, it's not bad, but I think for $26, it should have been cheaper. I think this should have been like a $15 to $20 palette, to be honest, because it is tiny, it's small. I love the size of it. I just wish that they had put more dark brown matte shades in here and not done a dark matte chocolate chip palette, because I feel like those palettes you cannot use by themselves. They should have just made a combination, and that would have been a perfect little tiny palette. But again, that's just my opinion, but I still think it's very, very cute, and you'll have to let me know, did you guys buy it? What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. Okay guys, next up I did get another product over the kind of like Black Friday weekend, and this is the Tarteist Pro Glow To Go. So this is like the mini contour and highlight palette. They had one that had 6 shades. This one just has 3. It comes with a little mirror, and then these are the shades that you get. I have been using this a lot for contour. It's a very soft, nice kind of like medium toned brown, and again, it's been not too heavy. I'm wearing it today. You can kind of, yeah, you can sort of see. So it's been a nice contour. It's called Chisel, and then Gleam and Burst are the 2 highlight shades, and they're okay. I mean, they're all right. I mean, I've been using them, but I would say like my Becca highlighters are better than these. But it's nice for like a to-go, like a mini palette. You guys know, like I said, I like the smaller type things that are travel friendly. I also don't live in a big place, so for me, storage of makeup is like extremely difficult. Like I have too much stuff and I need to store it nicely, so I like these mini things. Again, this one was, I think, a little pricey too. I think they could have come down on the price on this a little bit because it's not very big, but I have been using it, and I personally like the Burst, which is the more gold highlight. This is more of like a taupey champagne, but this is more of like a gold. So I don't know. I've been using it. I'll continue to use it and give you some more feedback. Alright guys, for lips, I have been staying strong with these little Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick. I have been using Perla and Serenata the most. I've been mixing these. So this is Perla. This is the more like lighter pink shade, but even being light, it actually shows up a little bit darker on the skin. And then this is Serenata. I believe this is a limited edition color that only comes in the little trio, because these are little minis. And I really like mixing those two. I think they look really nice together. They're very long lasting. They wear really nicely. I wear these like everyday work colors, so you know I can get away with these colors. They're very nice, and again, they wear great for me throughout a very, very long day, so highly recommend these. I also recently found this lipstick. I didn't know it was missing, but I found it in one of my like little handbags that I take when I'm going out, and I guess I forgot that this was in here. This is my Mauve It. This is a Maybelline shade, and I love this shade. This is such a nice, like really deep mauve. It is so, so pretty. It's so creamy. It's so pigmented. This is such a great color, and it has a decent lasting power, but I don't think it's gonna last all day for you. But it is pretty good for like a Maybelline lipstick. I am a fan, and I've missed it, so I'm so glad that I randomly came across it the other day. And then I did have some really big work events where they were kind of like holiday themed, and so I busted out my Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick. These are such good lipsticks. I really like this one. This is again in Be Legendary, which is a really nice red. It's extremely long wearing, and again very pigmented, so I love it. It looks really great on my skin tone. It's kind of like a blue based red, very, very bright though, and again it's just a very, very, very nice red that I can trust to last me all night long, and it won't fade. It just kind of wears really nicely, and it doesn't bleed everywhere, so I'm a big fan of that, especially because reds can be tricky sometimes. They're beautiful, but you want to have one that's going to last you the night. And I think, guys, I think that's it. I think we got through everything. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. I love to talk to you guys there. I hope you enjoyed my weekly makeup basket, and stay tuned because upcoming this week I'm going to be uploading a lot of my Black Friday deals. I was waiting for some nail polish to come in, but I still have a ton of nail polish to show you guys that I got from Black Friday. I got a bunch of indie stuff. I got a bunch of stamping plates. So I'm probably going to do a whole like nail art haul separate, nail polish haul separate, and then a makeup haul separate, because I got a lot from Black Friday and the weekend, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday. I went crazy. So I want to share those with you guys, and that will be coming this week. So again, thank you guys for watching. As always, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!